We had a regular production type motorhome, and we were looking for something larger. And so we were talking, and I didn't know he had had a conversation with an individual that worked for the Greyhound Company.
I said, would you sell me a used coach? He said, well, let me check out in Arizona and see what they have to say about it. So they come back and said, yeah, we'll sell Frank Sr. a coach. That was the beginning.
He bought this old bus home, parked it in the yard, and another friend of ours was involved with us at the time, and the three of us decided to make a motorhome. I would do this thing, I'll make a list of what we need to do yet, and by the time I got to page 4, threw the list away and let's just get busy.
I remember when my dad mentioned the fact that he was going to make his first interior in a bus. You know, I was skeptical of that, thinking, how is he going to do this? And, you know, there wasn't very many of them out there at that point in time. You always just saw Class A's. So it was real interesting, you know, building our first one, you know, being involved with it. I was quite young then. But the experiences from that, you know, has evolved to what we see today.
The family and Liberty Coach has been a great partner of ours for 50 years in this motorhome business. They stepped out with the first motorhome converters step out and take our shells and start converting them into the beautiful machines that they are today.
You see if you can sell shells and see if I can sell interiors, and that's how it started with Prevost. First night in Del Mar, California, sold 24 coaches. And they didn't have a one.
You know, they're an engineering family. We're a heavily engineering background company too, and so I felt like that really sealed our relationship way back when we started, because we were engineering buses, they were engineering these beautiful creations, and it just worked well for both companies. I think that's what caused it to hit off, you know, for both of us to just form a relationship that's lasted, you know, 50 years.
When we would see coaches come down the road, obviously Frank would always know which coach was, you know, which manufacturer, what style, and I could not tell one from the other in the beginning. And I think one of the things that changed that was Dean's paint job. That was a big change for me, because now I can recognize any Liberty coach, like right off the bat.
Right next to the size of the coach and the shape of the coach, we have the next biggest impact of the first thing that's seen, the first impression. That's a big thing to have the opportunity to change.
You know a Liberty coach when it's coming down the road, because you can see the paint and you know it's something special. And then you walk inside and it's even more special when you go inside of one of these things. And then you drive it, and there's nothing else out there that even approaches it.
You have a vision, you have a dream, and look where we're at today. We're the best in the industry, best in the world, you know, and that says a lot for the vision way back then, right?
I think the core philosophy is how involved we are as a family with the industry. Had it not been for the amount of time and effort that we put into being with the customers, creating the events, creating a reason for them to use it, I don't think we'd be sitting here today.
I felt like I was fresh out of college, which I basically was, newly married, walking into a family business. So there's kind of some things that you might be nervous about. But I slowly adapted, got familiar with the showroom. I already had a great familiarity with fabrics and colors and textures. It was just a different kind of industry. Had to familiarize myself really kind of with the coach. I had no idea what it was.
I think it's awesome. It's actually great going to work, especially because my cousin, he's probably the person I know best at the office, but he's introduced me to so many other people that I would have never met without him. I'm not the most outgoing person, so it's nice having him help me out. But it's great. Working with a family, it really is different. It's unique. but I really do think it makes us stronger.
I think it's the family. It's the richness of the family, the way they work together, their passion, and the fact that, you know, it was started by Frank Sr., his sons grew up in it, they've taken it, you know, over and moved it forward, and I'm sure their children will do the same thing. Yeah. So you feel like you're in the family when you're with the family.
They're a great team. So, and that's, I think, what probably makes them 50 years of being in business successful, is because they look at it from, okay, this isn't just about us and making money. This is about being a family and their commitment to their customers that make them a family.
Personally, we're in a family business, and so we certainly understand the dynamics of family businesses, the succession plans, and you know the strategic planning that goes into those kinds of things. And it's clear that they have a strong family unit. They have very active leadership that's not only executing the products today, but are also pushing the boundaries of what's the next thing to come, while at the same time bringing that next generation up and have the right kind of values.
Well, it's something that my dad said to Kurt and I many years ago. We were walking down a marina and we saw the Hatteras yacht crest. And Dad said to us, you know, whatever you do, just make sure that when people look at the name Liberty Coach, they know that it not only is a quality piece, but that that name means something, that there's a service that stands behind it as well. Hatteras at the time was it, you know, for sport fishing, for yachts, and had a reputation that was unequaled. And I know that's where we are now. We learn and have to keep working at it day by day, and that's why I say to people that it has the Liberty Coach name on it. We are the first phone call.
What we build here is not an easy product to build. It's very much hands-on, and you have to be patient with it, and you know, have a desire to build a piece of equipment at this level of quality.
I love getting phone calls or handwritten letters, or just, you know, seeing someone in passing in a rally and someone saying, you know what, you did it, or we did it together, and you somehow got all of my wishes and desires in the coach and made it look good. That's what I love, that I wait for the client to call me or reach out and somehow say, we love it.
That is one thing I think that my grandfather, my dad, you know, my aunt, my uncle have all done such a good job on, is instilling that into us, is, you know, making sure the customer's happy and building a product as well that the customer can sit there and be proud of owning, and that we can be proud of saying, you know, that they love it, that it's driving down the road, and all you can do is smile when you see it moving. I saw a couple driving up when I was driving down here from Chicago, and just the coolest thing to sit there and smile and go, wow, that's ours.
When we first started, we were going to make one coach and sell it, and make another coach and sell it, you know, and we had some friends, maybe they would want a couple, you know, never thinking that, you know, 50 years later, we're almost at Coach 900. With each coach that went out the door, part of this family went out with it. Our whole heart and soul is in that coach.